Alright, welcome back. Sorry about the little bit of a late start. I also just taking care of something real quick. Oh, shit, my screen oh, there we go. Anyways, we're back, we're back. So, the previous stream I did of this game, we've gotten through the prologue and the first chapter, where we meet Lilith and bake a cake with her. During the time when we bake a cake with Lilith, we learn about the whole idea of the perception of existence, whatnot, and how we as humans perceive existence, and depending how we perceive another. No matter how we see a person, they still exist, just from mentioning. Even if you don't want them to exist, you think about them, they exist. And then there's also the perceived ideal of different objects. Anyway, enough about ranting a little bit about what we went through. Let's get back into it, huh? Spinny. Chapter 2. Heart-pounding adventures. It is the 2D beautiful girl who bestows the essence of mandrakes upon mandrakes. The unformed defines the form. This essence, intertwined with the transcendence of hamburger patties, gravitates beyond the ego within the existence of the Demon King, reaching a plane of being that defies the direction prescribed by the Morphean Codex. Sartre. Existence and NPCs. Spinny.
ねえ、早く起きて。遅刻するわよ。ダメなの。早く起きて。
Fine.
いつもこうなんだから。せっかく毎日起こしてあげてるのに。
2:40, Your Majesty. 2:40 in the morning. Yeah, I'm going back the fuck to sleep.
午後4時から寝てたでしょ。それからもう10時間も経ってしまっているわ。
Who the fuck goes to sleep at 4 in the afternoon?
健康のためよ。早く起きなさい。それに早く起きないと本当に遅刻するわよ。
Wait, to what?
だってこのまま寝ちゃうと存在しない夢追い人銀のネギの森が終わっちゃうじゃない。
は？
そう、リリスが徹夜で完成させたストーリー重視の今年最も人気な RPG ゲームよ。
Storyline RPG worked through the night to complete it. Most anticipated narrative-driven role-playing RPG game of the year. RPG of the year.
よし、とってもいい意気込みだわ。じゃあ一緒に目を閉じましょう。
Oh, it's close to me as like a scene change. Huh.
さあ、目を開けていいわよ。
Whoa.
見ての通り、王都の宮殿よ。
Oh my god, her little crown looks adorable.
あなたの旅はここから始まるの。夢追い人として広大な銀のネギの森を冒険してもらうわ。そして魔王を倒して姫を助けるのよ。あら、分かってるじゃない。あの人が国王じゃない。早く話を聞きに行きましょう。
I can't see his face.
説明すると複雑に。とにかく彼と話をすると不思議なことが起こるの。
The princess has been taken by the demon lord. Please, the brave Morpheum Paradox, rescue her. The princess?
普通なら姫は旅の終点地点である銀のネギの森の魔王城で君の助けを待っているはずよ。それじゃ冒険を始めましょう。
To the forest of silver shallots.
おお、早速新たな NPC が現れたわね。
Huh? Someone passing by? You're the one I've chosen. Hello. I'm a scholar researching plants in this forest, but I've run into some trouble. What kind of rambunctias I'm not interested in? I'm willing to help. Great, that's the spirit. Why was the other one not? Why was the other one crossed out? And she's about to spill her coffee. You successfully accepted the task. Task name: Scholar Side Quest. Temporary. So here's the situation. I work on a paper about mandrake plants, but I've hit a major bottleneck. When drafting sections of this properties and effects, there's one point that stumped me for days. I've been pondering for ages, but I can't seem to figure it out. The dilemma is: should I let this mandrake plant discover that its true culprit is should I let this mandrake discover that it's the true culprit of a tragic incident 5 years ago, and then commit suicide out of guilt? Is this a scholarly paper? Oh, there's no choice. Scholars have to write academic papers. That's the definition of being a scholar. But, the same old form was making it impossible to hold anyone's attention. It's like after playing 100 dating sims where you meet, date, and embracing the infinite combinations of hairstyles, hair colors, eye colors, personalities, and identities of cute girls. Eventually, you want to try a dating sim where you romance a mandrake plant, wouldn't you? How about no? Which brings me to the masterpiece I'm working on. Summer Sakura Girl of the Snow Country. Vows swimming under the hues of pure longing. That title sounds like something that would belong for an isekai manga. With like those huge long names. It's... I'm kidding. You're actually willing to listen? You're my soulmates. So here's the story. The mandrake plant is a white-haired, red-eyed girl with twin tails named Sakurako. Sakurako is a transfer student at this school, and on her first day, she realizes she's late, and she hurriedly grabs a piece of bread, shouting, I'm late, as she runs to school. Sakurako dashes along, and at a corner, she suddenly collides with something. Ouch, that hurts, she says, rubbing her head. She looks up and sees a hamburger patty. Organized with the game. At the moment, all her anxieties about starting a new school alone vanishes. Excellent idea, I'll note it down. When Sakurako successfully finds her classroom, the teacher writes her name on the blackboard, introduces her to the class, and assigns her to sit by the window as she takes her seat. She notices the boy sitting next to her is a heavy rag, the one she met that morning. He becomes her desk mate and hands her a piece of paper with some more encouraging words. Excellent idea. I'll note it down. The first day of school passes quickly, and before she knows it, it's time to go home. After school, there's a short period for extracurricular activities. Sakurako decides to join a club. She heads to the floor where the club rooms are. Trusting her instincts, she approaches the door. Standing in front of the second left door, and on her left, she musters her courage and knocks. After a brief wait, the door opens, and inside she sees a hamburger patty. A frantic murder scene. What's all the hamburger patties? What's up? I come back earlier. Hold on. I'm trying to like constantly hydrate. Stay hydrated, people. He introduces Sakurako to the club, the Paranormal Tales Research Society, and invites her to join. Moved by this enthusiasm for the subject, Sakurako agrees with a joyful heart. Amazing, fantastic. Inspiration is flowing endlessly. Alright, I know what to write now. Here, this is your reward for me. Receive the Morphine Codex. I feel like is that the journal that spoke to us? Oh, it's our yeah, I knew it. In conclusion, the girl beyond this world has vanished. I am different from it, even though we have shared the same essence. For a legendary the Morphium Paradox, the talking book is nothing surprising. The Morphium Paradox casually puts it away. Actually, been meaning to ask, what's that strange voice? Talk about accepting tasks and put these into the pocket and all that. Here too. Wait a minute, could it be your Ashley the Morphium Paradox? And that voice, is it the game narrator? Oh boy, the fourth wall breaking already. This game already fucks the fourth wall. It's not existent at this point. From the moment you meet, from the very moment you meet Lilith, it's non-existent. Non-existent. Sorry, I'll adjust my mic. And we're just inside a game. So I'm just a minor NPC in this game. Is this the truth of my existence? As I was creating Sakurako's story, was someone else out there creating mine? It's okay. I'm not upset about it. Oh, soulmate. To appear in this game as a scholar, it actually makes me very happy. Identity represents a limitation. In defining something, we never negate other possibilities. So this chapter is about identity. The first chapter was about existence and perception. This time it's about identity. And the scholar seems to be accepting her identity. Identity means moving away from perfection. What a sad thing that is. But it's precisely this form of identity that I get to meet you, and we're able to have this dialogue. I'm not omniscient, which is why I can experience new and delightful surprises in our conversations. I'm not standing at the end of the world, which is why I can keep moving forward. We're not destinations, we're bridges, leading towards destinations. Born from nothingness, our existence is self-made, continuously manifesting in the world. This is our freedom, and is also the shackle we must bear. You see, even with the powerful label of NPC Scholar, I'm unlike any scholar you've ever encountered, am I not? And even if Sakurako's story can be summarized as a dull, cliché narrative, she can still live her life to the fullest, making the best choices within her framework, and enjoying her existence, wouldn't she? So, I hope you won't reduce the non-existence of Morphium Paradox, the forest of silver chalice, to static labels like the Morphium's Paradox saves the princess. It's the story of the Morphium Paradox, endlessly walking the path of becoming the Morphium Paradox. But the Morphium Paradox, huh? What a deeply misunderstood term. Alright, it's time for us to part ways. Can you just tell me your name, Scholar? Here I can only appear as the Scholar. I have no other name. Oh, soulmate. My name has long been engraved in your heart. When we meet again in another place, call out my name. After bidding farewell to the scholar, Lilith and I ventured deeper into the forest. At the legendary venture, we finally arrived before the Demon Lord. Just looks like a businesswoman. Or just a gamer. Wait, did our entire adventure get completely glossed over? As for your adventure, well, that's just another story to tell. For now, focus on the Demon Lord. Even though it's almost done.
いけない。かなりやばい状況ね。
Oh no.
今の魔王に勝つことは不可能よ。弱点が見当たらない。
Shit.
実はこのゲームのラストはまだ完成していないの。つまり、魔王のデザインは完成しているけど、具体的な戦闘システムやステータスはまだ設定できていなくて。
So we're just beating our heads against an NPC. Well, actually, I put that the wrong way. So we're beating our heads against something we can't barely even interact with.
しかし夢追い人よ。魔王を倒す方法は旅の途中ですでに入手したはず。
We did? Oh, I forgot that's how you hide it. Actually, let me get a quick little screenshot of Lilith in her little dress.
今あるアイテムで形勢逆転できるわ。だからそれを使えばいいのよ。
Morphium Paradox reaches into their pockets. Use the hamburger patty. Without knowing where it came from, the Morphium Paradox is used as a hamburger patty. In other words, the Morphium Paradox eats the hamburger patty right in front of the Demon Lord. It doesn't seem like that. The Demon Lord stares intently at the half-eaten hamburger patty in the Morphium Paradox's hand, pretending to be unaffected. Is the Demon Lord hungry? Oh my god, it's talking to the emoticons. The Demon Lord's attack power increases. Oh, okay, we just taunted it. After a brief pause, the Demon Lord returns to their usual composed demeanor. The situation remains unchanged. The record player. The Morphium Paradox uses you use the record player. As music plays, the Demon Lord begins tapping their hands and feet to the rhythm. Oh my god, it's only doing that. Let's be in emoticons. Oops. Okay. Nope, that's okay. I thought I'd skip more. The movements grow more enthusiastic. Their expression reaches reaching a state of pure bliss. As the music ends, the Demon Lord seems to realize something. Oh my god. The Demon Lord's defense increases. At the same time, they revert to their usual cool demeanor. The situation remains unchanged. The Morphium Paradox pulls out the Morphium Codex. Take a bite of it. Morphium Paradox takes a bite of the Morphium Codex.
Destiny calls in worlds unknown. Quest begins hot on the throne. Magic streams through ancient trees. Heroes march to set hearts free. Sky so vast with endless blue. Mystic lands with legends true.
Let's just turn that down a little bit. Now sudden. The Morphium Paradox takes a bite on the Morphium Codex. Naturally, the Morphium Paradox can't bite through it or taste anything. Huh? Is their relationship getting a bit too ambiguous?
ダメダメ。曖昧な関係になんてならないんだから。このゲームで攻略できるのはリリスだけよ。
In any case, the situation remains unchanged. Throw it at her. The Morphium Paradox remains, picks up the Morphium Codex, and then... Wait. Wait.
すごい法典が魔王の頭に直撃
Aww, the demon was crying though. The demon gets angry and picks up the Morphium Codex from the ground. Hold on. Wait. Eric,
気をつ
please.
けて
The Morphium Codex is earnestly caught by the Morphium Paradox. Let's turn this down a little more. Where's that fine?
Steps you take through tales untold. In the end, be
The
brave.
Morphium Codex is back in the Morphium Paradox's possession.
Lasting bonds you find in this
The
epic
Morphium Paradox opens the notebook.
なるほどこれはゲーム存在しない夢追い人銀のネギの森の設定ね
adventure waits just beyond
結構作り込まれているでしょでもまだ未完成なところもとにかくこの法典に弱点を書けばそれが魔王に反映されるのよ
So we can
ど
manipulate
う
the game.
とっても便利でしょ
adventure waits just beyond sight. In the darkest
Very, yeah, very convenient.
さあ法典に魔王の弱点を書くのよ
fly with wings and touch the sky.
Normal, the head strikes. Aww.
魔王に勝ったわ冒険者夢追い人様
We defeat the demon lord of Morphium Paradox. Okay, we're going to turn up. Hold on, we're just gonna turn up a little more. There we go. We've defeated the demon lord, the Morphium Paradox.
あちょっと待って
How many times did you keep playing Relink?
やっとお会いできましたわね
She's the princess. I finally found you. What's going on, Lilith? The Morphium Paradox. The Lilith isn't available to respond at the moment. Here's her message for you.
素材が足りないのお願いだから今はこの設定を受け入れて
Alright.
やっとお会いできましたわね冒険者夢追い人様私は毎日ここであなたを待ちあなたを思いあなたのそして今あなたはついに私の前へ現れてくれましたまるで夢のようなことですわ目の前にいらっしゃるのは本当に夢追い人様なの
Yeah, let's go home.
ありがたく存じます冒険者夢追い人様
Oh, great, the Morphium Paradox. You saved both the princess and the kingdom. I express my deepest gratitude to you. I'll pass my throne to you. Live happily ever after with Princess Lilith. I can't deal with the responsibility. I just wanted to be with Lilith. So let Lilith inherit the throne instead.
もし私が王になったらあなた様はどうするおつもりですか
Okay, yeah, we're not doing the sofa. We're doing night.
ええわかったわそれも悪くないかもしれないわね
Bad at 4. Oh, from then on, with the princess and her nice efforts, the kingdom prospered.
どうかしらとっても素敵な冒険だったでしょ
Wait, bad end? What do you think? Isn't this the best adventure game ever?
うんうん 存在しない夢追い人銀のネギの森の完全版期待しててね。
That's how I felt with Unbeatable. I do need to download the full version. Because I did play the demo on stream before. And I have played a little bit more White Label recently.
また一緒に不可思議で感動的な冒険をしましょう。リリスはまだまだもっと素敵なゲームを作るわ。それであなたにももっと幸せを感じてもらうの。
It's not just games. So as long as you're with me, I think I can fall in love with the world again.
本当に？
Really?
ええ、リリスがいれば全て大丈夫。
Live if Nestle's by your side. Two of you share a moment of bliss. The heck is? The music's only changed for a moment. To bid farewell to the silvery forest. Time to bid farewell. Fleet memories. Alright, we'll do another chapter. Spinny spinny. Chapter 3. A first tender date. So, this is what the stage truly is. I never imagined. When you mention the stage, you immediately think of flamboyant costumes, abrupt plot twists, bizarre murder techniques. What a colossal joke. Why bother writing grotesque plots? The stage is simply the others. Side trade, Tales from the Huiculo Band. Spinny spinny.
おはよ
RNA. I don't say the good part, because frankly I'm lazy. Are you staring at me?
う。前に存在しない夢追い人銀のネギの森のテストプレイをしてもらったじゃない。そろそろプレイ料金を払ってもらえないかしら。
Ah.
あら、確かにそうだったわね。
Oh, don't give me that smug face.
難しい話じゃないわ。私が欲しい報酬はね、この空間からこの世界、たまに外の世界に出た方がこの世界をより良くするインスピレーションが得られるものよ。それにほら、家具たちも自分の時間が欲しいかも。
So basically tell me to go out.
喜んで私たちを見送った後は彼らも静かに過ごせるようになるでしょうし。やったー、
Let's go, yeah.
準備できたらすぐに出かけましょう。
You stand before the door, staring at its firmly shut surface. There it is. Yes, it's always been here, filling its duty as a door. How long has dust been collecting on it? Could the doorknob already be rusted? What kind of dramatic changes could have taken place beyond the door? Your thoughts begin to wander. Finally, snap out of it and focus on the doorknob. Open the door. Open the door. Open the damn door. That girl gently places her hand over yours, and together you hold the doorknob.
ずーっと君のそばにいるわ。 気分はどう？
So doesn't sound feel right about this place. Oh shit.
大丈夫？
What the fuck?
肩を貸すわ。どう？無理しないで。公園のどこかに休むところはあっちのベンチで少し休憩しましょう。
Alright.
着いたわ。
I just noticed there's claw marks on the trees. Right over here, and over here.
でも先客がいるようね。こんにちは。すみません、彼体調が優れなくて。ここで少し休憩してもいいですか？
It's not gonna move, is he?
うーん
I am just jumbled code, I guess.
なんだか気まずいわね。
Yeah. That is unsettling.
何か声をかけてみる？公園の話とか天気の話とか。
I am. So I'm guessing this is also like the perception of how it is to be trapped in your room for so long, not really understand social interaction, kind of being unable to communicate properly, essentially. Because with what's being said related to the door, it sounds like that our character, or should I say us, have not been outside in a long time. Whoa. We're not gonna say that one. Uh. I wanna go back. I wanna go back. Lilith? Lilith? You never felt such calmness. Even if it lasted only for a fleeting moment.
私はここにいるわ。大丈夫よ。大丈夫よ。私はここにいるから。
Thank you.
デートしましょう。二人しかいない場所に行って。
Cafe?
その後で家に帰るのはどう？
Date?
デートしましょう。どこか行きたい場所はあるかしら？
Where is it?
いいわね。私、遊園地は好きよ。じゃあ、これで決まりね。ここからはデートタイムよ。行きましょう、遊園地。
Wait, she's excited.
もう、ちゃんと5分前に出たのに、なんで私より早いのよ。ごめんね、待った。よかった。そうだ、これを見て。じゃじゃーん。新しい服を着てきたの。どう？似合ってる？そんな、生地も色も違うのに。
I'm messing around.
確かにこのゲームの仕様じゃ区別もつかないわよね。
Yeah, it's kind of hard to notice the color change. Since you're in black one, except for your eyes.
とりあえず早く中に入りましょうか。 どれどれ災害の影響により当遊園地は1999年9月閉園したってこと？
What a pity. Let's just go
待っ
back.
て、中を見て。
Oh, wait. Look inside.
ほら、観覧車が動いているわ。
Did she...
ということは塀を越えれば観覧車に乗れるんじゃない？どう？試してみる？
Is that a little too dangerous?
大丈夫よ。ちゃんと帰れるから信じて。じゃあこっそり入りましょう。
Spinny spinny. And so you and Lilith climbed over the wall into the amusement park and boarded the Ferris wheel. As the wheel slowly ascended, you reached the highest point of his little journey. Oh my. That's actually really pretty.
不思議な感じね。こんなに静か。まるでこの世界に私たち二人しかいないみたい。二人の呼吸しか聞こえない。星空を眺めているのは私たちだけ。
Say, Lilith. I feel like I'm never welcomed. And no matter how hard I try, I can never meet anyone's expectations. I keep telling myself I can't do anything right. It's the only way I can feel at ease when the pain inevitably arrives. Essentially, beating yourself down in some way. No. I can kind of feel about that somewhat. I try not to get personal about this. I try not to get into my personal stuff, my personal life, whatnot. But, well, for a while, I used to be the same way. In some way, I've felt a lack of confidence myself, and I wanted to do the best I could, but inevitably, it always hurts when I tell myself I could do something better, yet it never shows for it. For a while, when I was a little younger, in some way, I know it's not a good habit. It wasn't a good habit back then, but when I was a little younger, let's just say I've used self-deprecation to kind of cope. It never went further than that, but it was the only way I can go about my own failures, whatnot. It's that it's hard to put the words to it, you know, because it's talking down on yourself. I know, you know, it's not a bad thing. You know, it's not a good thing to do, but it's what drove me away from doing some of the things I did. I would have done. Thinking I'm the one at fault. Thinking because I didn't want things difference between between people and myself make it worse. That maybe in fact that I am the problem. Because I felt a lot of times it really was. It really was. I know people tell me otherwise. Yet that it really isn't your fault, but I do what I can. It just never wasn't enough, apparently. Hold on, I need to take a second to calm myself. Sorry about going through that little rant about myself, but seeing that little string of dialogue kind of just reminded me of myself a little bit.
そうなのね。ウィクロってバンドは聞いたことある？ウィクロは私、シャトールちゃん、そしてなでしこちゃんの3人で結成したバンドよ。
She's in the band.
リリスがボーカル。元気なシャトールちゃんはギター。
Yo, no one time to see.
そしてクールななでしこちゃんがドラムよ。
So she's the one who can only talk through emoticons?
じゃあ早速ここを夜空を照らすライブハウスに変えてファンの心を奪う最高のパフォーマンスいくわよ。
Yeah, what is going on here? Whoa, actual...
ライトアップの土曜日存在主義の発泡酒ライトな鼻炎世界は間もなくなしんです満たせないエゴ触れられないオーセンティック陛下虚無な意識尻滅裂だから私たちはなぜ世界に投げ込まれたのか We are condemned to be free 人は幸せだ We are condemned to be free 人は幸せだ We are condemned to be free 人は苦しみだ We are condemned to be free 人は前進するもの We are condemned to be free 人はさまようもの
Where'd the crowd come from?
We are condemned to be free 人は超越そのもの We are condemned to be free 人は空虚そのもの
I just realized their eyes are they different colors.
みんなありがとうこれから握手会よ好きな順番でメンバーと握手してね
First.
来てくれたのね実は歌詞もリリスが担当したのよボーカルとリーダーだもの頑張らないとでもリリスがたくさん頑張ってもこのバンドにはまだ解決しなきゃいけない問題があるだからリリスはもっとすごいボーカルになってウィックロのみんなと一緒に素敵な明日を迎えるつもりよ君の応援があればリリスはもっと頑張れるわ応援ありがとう
And after that, We'll do Sartre. Sartre? My dearest friends, how about those lyrics this time? Didn't it inspire you? Great taste as always. As a great leader of this band, I'm determined to guide everyone well. At least, that's what I used to think. Whereas I found something that shook my beliefs deeply. A friend of mine secretly told me, actually, folk house coolness is all an act. She spends hours in front of the mirror practicing her expressions to fake being an emotionless girl. What? That's so lame. I made a pact with the live behind Folkhouse back to keep the band forever to get together forever. What comes of course when the time comes. We'll see you again, Morpheum Paradox. Thank you for your support. After that, Full Cult. New lyrics? I wrote them. Oh, so she can actually has. She does actually speak. It's amazing. Amazing. But Sartre. Oh, Sartre. My friend told me that when Sartre does quotes famous philosophers while explaining her ideas, he's not really trying to teach me anything. She just wants me to think she's brilliant and builds her sense of superiority for my approval. That Sartre is mean. So I made a pact to fill it behind Sartre's back to keep the band together forever. I hope you'll support us too. She made the elbow.
Whew. 握手会終了ね。もちろん、君も私たち3人のアイドルなのよ。
But for now, we'll see you again next time. Vocal or just talking emoticons is actually pretty cute though.
また2人きりになったわね。
Why did you badmouth Sartre's full cult, and then turn around and do the same thing to Sartre about full cult?
Huh? ある友達が私のことだって。どうしてわかったの？
Besides you, who else even exists in this world?
それもそうね。でも誤解しないで。悪口じゃないのよ。私たち3人は仲良しに見えても、実はお互いに隠していることや譲れないものがあるのよ。そうよ。私たちはみんな、このバンドは自分が引っ張って、曲に自分の意志を込めたいって思っているの。
Hold on, I'll be back for just a second. Alright, I'm back. Let's get going.
その目的を果たすために、みんなそれぞれいろんなことを隠しているのよ。
Everyone has something to hide, after all.
シャトールちゃんの名言を引用した賢いアピールに、 なでしこちゃんのクールさ演出、私が裏で個別に一生バンドを続ける約束をしていること。これらそれぞれの秘密を抱えている3人は他の2人と会うといつも緊張したり苦痛を感じたりするのよ。罪深い秘密がこうして3人の魂は苦痛に追われてさまよい続けるのよ。そこで私たちは一つの結論を出したのよ。こんな猟奇的なストーリーを描く必要があるの？他人こそが舞台なの。そうね。この話は人間関係のメタファーなの。誰もが自分が他人より優れていると証明したくて他人を自己成長の養分にしようとするの。親密な関係でもそれは変わらないのよ。
The story serves as a metaphor for relationships with others. Everyone wants to prove they are above others. Everyone wants to use others as fuel for their own progress, even in intimate relationships. Yeah, I can't help it how it is. A lot of people want that superiority.
あの子話し方が変だよね。からかってやろうよ。こういうのが一番わかりやすい例ね。でもこういうのは彼女を愛している。だから心から私のことを認めてほしいし、私に惹かれてほしい。彼女は私のもの。この瞬間から永遠に私のもの。これももちろん一つの愛の形なのよ。同時にこれは人間関係の本質が主体性にあることを示しているの。
There's one of the things she said. So she mentioned about common sense, where it splits from objective to subjective, and this is part of it, where people's opinions take over.
他人に認めてもらいたい。自分の正しさを証明したい。確実に安心感を得たいという要求。そう。誰もがそれぞれの主体性を持っているのよ。でもね、自分の主体性を証明するためには、時に他人の主体性を傷つけることが必要になる。自分の優越感を示すということは、必ず他人が劣っていることを前提にしているのよ。この世界を離れるということは、主体性が激しくぶつかり合う残酷な別の世界に入るということよ。外の世界は悪意と偏見に満ちているの。さて、外の世界へ行く覚悟はできた？答えを急ぐ必要はないわ。私たちには他の選択肢もあるんだから。それが私。私には主体性がないの。別の言い方をすれば、私の主体性は君のために消えることも厭わないってことね。
What happened, that happened. Well, it's not human.
いつでも全てを君に捧げる準備ができている。そう、私の全て。私が生きてきた痕跡までもね。
Did I understand those words? Did I agree with those words? There's no rush for it to an answer because you still have me. You still have another choice, and that is me. I do not have a subjectivity, provided my subjectivity is willing to dissipate for your sake. I'm always proud to present everything I have to you. Yes, everything I have, including the traces of having lived. So she's just willing to fade. Did I doubt those words? Did I deny those words? But perhaps at this moment, words no longer matter. At the highest point in the sky, we embraced each other, as if the two of us become one.
私もこの瞬間が永遠に続いてほしいって思ってる。でも今はここから離れないといけないの。
Leaving this place means Majesty, Your Majesty. Who's talking? It's me underneath the seat. Dakota. I had a book for my room. Yes, Your Majesty, it's me. Weren't you seeking about the truth from the girl beyond the world? If so, why are you wasting time here? What do you mean? Think carefully. Where are you now? How did you get here?
どうしたの？何を考えているの？
Let's see. You're with her. That explains everything. Your Majesty, the one in front of you, she. Hello, she is. What the fuck? What happened? Hello?
観覧車が止まった。はあ、窓から何か見えないかしら。本当に止まっているみたい。
This ain't good.
幸いここは高くないみたいだし、ドアから飛び降りられそうね。先に飛んで、後から私も飛ぶから。信じて、大丈夫だから。
Here, 10,000 meters in the air?
大げさね。確かに、飛び降りるなんて冗談みたいな話よね。ほんと怖い。私を信じて、大丈夫だから。行くわよ。
Jump. So it is on the way. Take a deep breath and leap towards the ground. A brief moment of weightlessness, and I land back on the ground. The ground was closer than I expected.
すごい。無事着地できたわね。やったわ。大丈夫。顔が真っ青よ。でもこれが一番負担のない方法だったの。きっとすぐ楽になるわ。平気よ。後のことは私に任せて。
Whoa. It's shattering more. Lilith left the dark amusement park, walking alone on the road home. The wind lifted my light flowing hair. I felt no chill, no sense of my body's weight, no sensation of my feet touching the ground. Spinny, spinny. So, things are actually changing, interestingly. Last chapter seemed to be appear about identity and how one perceives himself and how one perceives himself and their own purpose. Chapter 3 seems to be about both interaction. It seems about interacting with people. One who has incapability to interact, and one who hides things in order to keep amicable relationships. Both of which can be experienced by the same person, as someone who aren't alike once in a sense, will struggle to interact. Meanwhile, some people, the person who has something to hide will hide it the best they can in order to keep a normal relationship with people they see people. By the way, the end has been off here. I'll see y'all later. Have a good